Okay, whom want to share the screen?
Lahari. Uh, B Lahari.
Sir, hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, by mistake I hide the go live button, sir. How to
You hit the
unhide
go
that
live
button?
button. Okay. Share. How did you hide it? Did you right click
Clicking
and hit
right.
hide? Okay. Wait. Let me see what you can do. Right. Now you go into extensions and search for live. I'll share my screen in a minute. I'm just testing out Google. Okay. This is not working. This is also not working. Okay. Let's see if we uninstall and install again. It will work. Okay. That is also not working. Wait a minute. How to?
Bro, Anna, if you right click the status bar, you could get the option to unhide the live server.
Okay. Right click this bar and hide live server. Okay. Great. Thank you. Right click on the status bar and hit on live server. It will show up. I
Yeah, I mean, there's a
Google
tick.
that.
If the tick is there, it means it will show.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Somebody else was having a doubt.
Sir,
Okay. Yes. Oh, yeah. Somebody talked. I didn't see who talked. Guys, Lahari had a doubt and somebody else had a doubt. Who is that somebody else? Okay,
Tejasvi,
I
I
don't.
guess. You said in the beginning, right?
Ah, Tejasri. Yes, yes. That girl is also there. Okay, so somebody told me that they hid live server extension. Now, what you're going to do is right click on this bottom bar and click on live server. Okay, so that way you'll get it back. And for somebody, I remember live server wasn't installing. I told that person to send me a screenshot of the logs. They didn't. I don't remember who that is. Anyways, if you're in the meeting, please let me know so that I can respond to your doubts. Okay,
Bro, by
Lahari
the
is
way, your screen share is not visible.
okay. I stopped my sharing. Lahari is sharing, so got stopped. Okay, now try to install live server.
sir, I installed, sir, live server.
Gulshan Esther Sheikh, not you. You installed already, right? I told you how to unhide it. That was your doubt, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I showed you how to unhide it. Just right click on the status bar and click on live server. That's it. Okay.
Live server is not present, sir.
Okay. See, I'll share my screen again. Lahari, you stop for a minute. Don't share right now. Okay. So this is what you did, Gulshan. You right clicked on go live and hid your live server, right? This is what you did.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what you have to do is right click anywhere here. Okay. In this bottom bar, right click and click on this live server extension. Okay. If you click on that, you'll get your go live back. Okay. Done.
Sir, live server extension is not visible in here.
When you right click, it's not visible.
No, sir.
Okay. Then very simple. go to extensions tab and hit live server. You'll get this, right? Live server Ritwik Day. What do you see here? You see install here, right? Instead of uninstall.
Uninstalling, sir.
What do you see on your PC?
Uninstall.
You say uninstall. Okay, uninstall and then install it again. Click on uninstall. Click on install again.
Okay, sir.
Okay, what happened? Did it appear or did it not appear?
No, sir.
Okay, it didn't appear. Now try right clicking again and clicking on live server. Right click and then enable live server. Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Live server is visible, but Go is not coming, sir.
Okay, when you right click, did you get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, done.
Thank you, sir.
Who else has a doubt? Let's wrap up doubts quickly so that we can start the class. Who has a doubt, guys? Somebody else had a doubt. Ah, Lahari, you had a doubt, right? You can share your screen now. Okay. Search for live server. Okay, install. Hit try downloading manually. Where is it taking you? Click on that. No, I mean click on install from VSIX. The blue color button that you see at the bottom. Okay, Lahari, what are you doing? Are you available? You didn't unmute, okay? So I can't hear to what you're talking. Yeah, VSIX won't open like that. Okay, wait. I'll send you a link. You can go through that link and solve your error, okay? You can stop sharing your screen now. I already shared the link. Okay. Okay, great job. Now let's start the class. Today I didn't make a PPT for you guys. I couldn't make it. I was busy with some other work. So today we are going to do something very, very easy. Okay. You guys remember yesterday's class, right? How many of you remember yesterday's class? Can you raise your hands? 1, 2. Okay, a lot of people raise their hands. 13. About 13 people. 14. I'm not sure what the others are doing, but if you have any doubt, you can ask me now. Who didn't raise your hand, if you have any doubts, you guys can ask me. If you don't remember the class, then I'm not sure what you guys can do. But okay, in yesterday's class, we talked about this, right? So this is you, and let's just duplicate this and make this red color. Duplicate this and then green. Okay, now let's just say this is you and this is your friend A. This is your friend B. Now you have some file. Okay, you have a let's say .txt file, and in this there is some information. Okay, and you want to pass this information to your friend A. Okay, how do you do that? You simply send this information to A, right? Now, sending this information to A means, let's just say this is a letter. Okay, that way you'll understand it much simpler. Okay. Let's just make it this size and this. Okay, so you have this letter and you want to send this letter to your friend A. What do you need to know? In real world, if you have a letter and you want to send this to somebody, what do you need to know?
Mail.
Okay, you're talking about like the email, right? No, I'm just talking about real world, physical world things.
Door
Address.
number.
What do you do? Address, right? Exactly. So this guy's address will be something like 1-2-3, some colony, some street, some country, some house. Okay, and you'll also have an address. You'll have something as your address, and now you need to know this address so that you can post to this guy, right? And what if you want to have a letter posted to 1 million people? Okay, I mean, not all of them are B, but just adjust with that. Okay, just random people. If you want to share this letter to all of these people, what do you do? That is the question that we're going to solve today. Okay, so let's take all of these guys and put them in a green box that you guys understand better. Okay, so now you want to share this information or this letter with all of these guys. What do you do? In the real world, what would you do? Guys, any ideas? If this is a letter that you want to post to 1 million random people whom you don't know, okay, it's not like you know all their addresses.
Newspaper.
Or something.
Share it
Newspaper. Yes, very good. Okay, so we do something known as a newspaper is one idea. Any others?
Social media.
Social media, very good. But then again, you're coming into digital space, right? So that is a valid thing to do in the real world. But I'm talking about pre-digital, okay, before computer and all these things were invented.
Banner.
Banner. This is the concept.
Pamphlet.
Pamphlet also, yeah, very good. But the problem with pamphlet is that they'll keep going everywhere, right? You don't want to do that. You want to send this information only to these selected people. If there are people like some other color, I don't know, this color. Okay, how do we select two things in this app? I don't know. Okay, for example, if there are brown people whom you should not send this letter to, then what do? Let's say you're at war, okay, your country A, okay, this is your country and this is your friend country, okay. Okay, what is this? This is what is the villain's name in Bahubali? The guys who look very large and
Ballal Dev.
no, not the brother. the
Kalakeya.
opposition part. Kalakeya, right?
Okay.
Okay, so this is the Kalakeya region. You don't want these guys to see. And this is Mahishmati part 2. Mahishmati part 2. And you want all your data to be shared with Mahishmati part 2. Okay, this is now not you. This is Sivagami. Okay. Now, Sivagami is standing at some random place and she wants to send some information to all of Mahishmati's army. Okay, this is Mahishmati's army. And the problem is this army isn't at a single location, they're scattered all over Mahishmati. And now Sivagami wants to send this piece of information to every person within Mahishmati army. What does she do? Somebody already told the answer, no? I told this is what we want to concentrate on also.
Banner.
Banner, yeah, exactly. So we are going to use a banner. Now, how do you define a banner? Can anybody define a banner? It's fine. You can be wrong also. No. How do you define something that you call a banner? From this, we got the answer banner, and now we'll focus on the banner. What is a banner? A banner is something that is stuck somewhere, right? You keep it on a billboard or something, and it will hold your information. Everybody can see it, but technically you're not allowed to edit it, right? It's not like everybody edits your notice board. Okay, so you have this piece of information somewhere, and I'll just get this to be. Okay, so you have all of this information stuck on a banner somewhere. Okay, banners are stuck on a notice board, right? Or whatever, some board. This is going to be brown, and this is a banner that is placed on a notice board. Now, what will what is what will Sivagami do? Sivagami will tell them that okay, I'm putting all of this information on a banner somewhere. You guys go check it every time you want to know, right? Every time you want to know some information that I'm passing you, go and look at that so that you'll always be updated, right? Is this part clear? Is this banner concept clear to everybody?
Yes.
Only one person will respond. Guys, why if it's yes? Great. I didn't look at the chat, but great job. I see thumbs ups, but the problem with thumbs ups is that one person can send it multiple times. So I really don't know how many people are sending those. It's better you chat, but yeah, whatever. Fine. I'm seeing a little bit lesser interaction today, but let's see. Now, what we're going to do is now computers were invented and people started using it for things other than war also. And the notice board became the internet. Okay, so the notice board is the internet now. And the banner is becoming your website. Okay? Your website is now the banner. This is like a subset of websites. Okay, not all websites are banners. Only a few websites are banners. For example, if you go to I don't remember that URL, but you guys should have seen Linktrees, right? Yeah, this one. Not 2 years ago. See, this is a banner that everybody can look at and they can follow this guy on Instagram. right? Or they can go to WhatsApp and take his orders or whatever. Okay. Now we are going to do exactly this. What did we do? We put Baker's Pride Kakinada on this. We put Baker's Pride Kakinada on a banner, which is the website. And what we're doing is we're sharing this location of the banner with everybody. Okay, we're just telling everybody that, okay, your banner is at this particular place. You can go look at it. Okay, now what do we need? We need the address of this banner, right? If we have 1 million banners and Mahishmati Army wants to come and look at what banner Sivagami has put in, how do they uniquely identify it? They'll have some address, right? Or they'll say, okay, first row, second column is Maheshmati's information or whatever. Okay, so now that is where the concept of URLs come. What is a URL? URL is like the unique string that your website is given, which will identify your website. Okay, for example, youtube.com is the URL for YouTube. But internally, I mean, for people who don't know tech, it is just a string. But for people who do know tech, the problem is that computers don't really understand URLs. They understand IP address. Okay. So an IP address is a string that you can get in your Windows system by going here and saying ipconfig. And this is my IP address. It mostly doesn't change. It changes like a few times every month or so. So this is where you get your IP address. This is my IP address. Okay. Similarly, youtube.com will have some IP address. Google.com will have some IP address. But you can't remember an IP address, right? You barely remember like what, 20 phone numbers in your whole life. How will you remember more than 1 million IP addresses? It's not possible, right? So what did people do? When they can't remember phone numbers, they created telephone dictionaries. Similarly, when they couldn't remember all these IP addresses, what they did is they came up with something known as a DNS. Okay, this is a very important part when you host websites, so make sure you guys listen. DNS stands for Domain Name Server. Okay. Now, the job of DNS is very, very simple. It takes an IP address. Okay, I'll just reorder these and this. These. Okay, so the job of a DNS is very, very simple. What it does is it takes an IP address into it and it gives out a URL. Okay, that is what a DNS does. It takes in the IP address and gives you the URL, and vice versa also. So it will go both ways, not only one way, but both ways. So it will go from this side to this side. And it will also go from URL to IP address. Okay. Now, where does this matter? When you hit youtube.com in your website or in your web browser, what is internally happening is your browser will take youtube.com, send it to DNS, and DNS will create the IP address and send this to your web browser. Okay, so that you can access that site. Similarly, when you enter a URL, DNS will take it and give you the URL. Oh, sorry, when you enter an IP address, it will take that IP address, give you the URL so that it can be displayed on top of your browser. For example, Brave browser, we go to youtube.com, you can see that this is the URL that we get, not the IP address. So I hope you guys understood what a DNS does. Did everybody understand what a DNS does? What is a DNS? Can anybody tell me? Like, just text me the full form of DNS.
Domain name server.
Yeah, great. Okay. Okay, fine. We'll just move on and look at the next concept. Now, the thing is, you need to be able to stick your banner on this clipboard called internet, right? How do you do that? Is by hosting your website. Okay. Now, how do we host a website? There are a few things needed. Again, you need a unique identifier, which is going to be your URL, and you also need a system, I mean a PC, to run your website files. Okay. These are the two things you essentially need, and this system is provided by a hosting platform. Okay. This is how it works. You need only three things. Okay, I will delete the DNS part. Clean. You need only these two things. Okay, a URL that looks something like this, youtube.com or whatever, and you need a PC that will run your app. Okay, so these are the two things that you need to host your website. Now, URL will be probably bought. Okay, so when a URL is bought, or usually in real world, a URL is called a domain. Okay, a domain and a PC to run your systems is what you need. Now, if you want a domain, you can go to GoDaddy or GoDaddy and buy whatever you want, right? You can sign in. It's what, 127 rupees or something like that. But there are a lot of platforms that will offer you a free domain. Okay. Now, what is a free domain? You don't have to pay anything for that, but it won't look as good. If a domain is looking really good, I mean, if it's a very famous word, like maybe youtube.com, it'll cost you a lot. Let's see. If we go to GoDaddy and search for YouTube, there probably won't be anything. See, they're saying youtube.com domain taken. We might help you get it, but it's going to cost you 13,000 broker service fee. Okay, just the broker service fee is 12,999. Just imagine how much it will cost, right? It will cost like a lot. It can go into lakhs easily. Okay, YouTuber or YouTubeRealEstate.com is costing 2,13,000 rupees. So domains are very costly. We don't want to get into buying domains. So for now, we'll just do like a normal thing. Okay, we'll just get free ones. Now, where do we get free ones is the next question. But before answering that, we'll answer that. We need a hosting platform that will serve our files. That is, we need a system, okay, we need a PC that will take incoming requests and respond back to them, right? Because internet is a request response thing. Request response system, and there will be a client. So we want this PC. This PC is called a server in the real world. Okay. And this server will be given to us by a hosting platform or a cloud provider, whatever. It doesn't matter. Whoever gives it, it is just going to be a server that will listen to requests and respond to the. That's it. Okay. Everybody understood what we need? We only need two things: free domain. In our case, free domain, because we don't have money. And the next thing we need is a hosting service. Hosting services are also pretty costly, but there are a lot of good free hosting services. Okay, so now we are going to learn about one such thing today. For all the people who are using your phones, hosting is paid. Okay, Replit hosting is paid and you need to pay to host. So we don't want that. Okay, I don't want you to spend money. So what we'll do instead is we'll get something known as a dev URL. Okay, if you I don't remember where, shout it and run this, reload. If you look here, I'm getting Shaukat, right? What we'll do is we'll where is that? Copy it from, yeah. Click on replit.dev, the green color thing, and you'll get your dev URL. Okay, if you copy this, you can send it to anybody. They can open your website and view it. Okay, so this is basically hosted for you by Replit. If you look at it, the URL doesn't look very good. It's not like youtube.com or google.com. It's not a simple URL. It is very complex. 77 E whatever. It is a very lengthy URL and nobody wants to remember that. Right? So this is something that is free and hosted for you. You don't have to do anything. You just edit the code and the website will be edited automatically for you. For example, you guys can open the link that I gave in the chat and you'll see Shaukat there for now. Okay, the text Shaukat there. And if I edit Ali here, I run it and reload, you guys will be able to see the text Ali. For those of you who are not able to see it right now, what I'll do is I'll go incognito and I'll show you. See, I can see the text Ali now instead of Shaukat automatically, right? So updating all the contents, all of this, Replit will take care of. So this is very easy for mobile users to do. For PC users, this is what will happen in the real world also. People will be using a PC for development. Yeah, I'll tell you how to host it. We're going to use a service called GitHub and specifically GitHub pages. Okay. Now let's get started. And first of all, find the file that you edited yesterday. You guys have your portfolio or your resume, right? Find that, and what you'll do is you'll go online and go github.com, sign into this. Okay, sign into GitHub. It'll be like a small process. You have to fill in some stuff. I'll wait for you guys to complete that. I'll give you till 8:45 to log in, and once you log in, I'll tell you what to do. Okay, we'll start again at 8:45. I gave you 5 minutes to sign up to GitHub, PC users. And mobile users, you guys just test whether the URLs are working or not for you. Okay. Okay, what part do you want me to repeat, Anisha? Like from the start or? from start how to get GitHub. No, you don't get GitHub. You just sign in. That's it. I mean, sign up. What you do is you go to github.com and there I'll show you guys. So you hit sign up, put in your email, password, username, and hit continue. That's it. Once you hit continue, it will probably ask you a few more questions and you'll be done. Okay, so that is how you do it. Okay, one person is done. Great. Two people, three, four. Great. In mobile also it's working. In mobile you can log into GitHub, but I wouldn't recommend you to host through your mobile on GitHub. Okay, it's like doable, but uh, it's not that good of an experience. So you technically don't have to do it on mobile. Okay, so time's up. I'm going to the next step. Now, what you're going to do is very easy. Okay, you're going to create something known as a repository. Now, what is a repository? It is just a project. Okay, just like you create a folder, you're going to create a repository. EMIRP 2.0. Okay, and you can give some description if you want, but I'm not going to give any description. Just make sure that it is public and you add a readme file. If you want, you can add a git ignore, but for now we don't need it. And I just said test site hosting. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to say create repository. That's it, nothing else. Okay, so this is what you'll get. Everybody, I hope you're done till here. Okay, it's very simple. You just go to your profile. Once you log in, you'll be here. And then you say new. You give your repository a name. You give some description if you want. Make sure it's public. Add a readme and just hit create repository. Okay. So after that, you'll be getting it on the list left side. You'll have a very small list because you just got started. But I kind of have a big one. So I'll look for my repository. Yeah. So you'll be taken to this page once you create your repository. Now the next thing you want to do is you're going to say add file, create new file, no, upload file, and choose your file. I don't know where this file is. Okay, so you're going to add that index.html file from your system, wherever it is, and say added initial file to the website. Okay, you can give some description if you want, but just make sure to have relevant comments for your commits. Okay, what are commits? We will learn about all of this, but for now, just make sure whatever change you're making, something related to that is kept in the message here. Okay, and then hit commit changes.
Can you redo it once?
Yeah, add file, upload files, and here you're going to choose your file. Then you're going to type some message here and hit commit changes. That's it. Okay, I'm hitting cancel for now. You guys hit commit changes. This is what will happen. You will get index.html added to this list of files here. Okay. Now the next thing you want to do is go to settings, go to pages, and click on deploy from a branch and hit GitHub Actions. Okay, I'll bring it again from the start. Once you added index.html, how do you add index.html? add file, click on add file, upload files, choose your files, index.html, and you write your commit message, make sure it's relevant, and then you hit commit changes. Okay. But I'm hitting cancel. So after you're done with that, you'll get index.html. Now the next thing you want to do is look for settings on the top. Okay. Here you can see settings. Go there, and on the left, you'll be able to see something called code and automation. And under that, you'll see pages. Click on that, and you'll see GitHub pages on the right. Click on deploy from a branch. Click on GitHub actions. And now what you'll get is this. Next thing you want to do is click on configure. Okay, this is wrong. Wait a minute. It changed GitHub action. Yeah, you're supposed to go into deploy from a branch. I did the wrong thing. Sorry. Okay, once you get into pages, you have to make sure that it's on deploy from a branch, not actions. Okay, just make sure it's deploy from a branch, and then click on main here. Okay, make sure it's main, and it's on root here /root, and then you save actually, but I'm not sure why it's not letting me save. Okay, so it's building my website. Just wait a minute. If I reload, it should probably appear. Okay, you probably have to wait for a little bit more, but it'll appear. You can check it here. See what is happening. Okay, it didn't get started. Hit none, save. Okay, go to main now. Okay, I'm not sure why that didn't work. Shouldn't have done that. Yes. Okay, it is telling me that it is building, so I guess we'll just wait for a minute more. So all of you did till this step, right? Whatever I told you. So none to that and save. Yeah, everything seems good. Yeah, it got hosted. If you can see, this is what I did yesterday, and now I got a URL that I can share with anybody, and you can also open process after signing in. Yeah, I think I repeated it, but I'll repeat it once again. Now, what you do is once you signed in, this is what you'll see, right? Now, what you're going to do is you're going to create something known as a repository. You're going to click on this green button that says new here. You click on that and you'll give a name for your project. For example, you'll probably give a name like my first resume or something like that. Then you'll give a description, which is optional. You don't have to give it. Just make sure that it's public and that you have a readme file. Okay. Once this is done, you're going to click on this green button that says create repository, but I won't click on it because I don't want to right now. I already created it. Now the next thing you'll do is you'll search for that and open it. Okay, click on that repository in the left tree. Okay, in this, click on that repository. You won't see these many projects. You'll probably see it on the top. Once you click on that, you won't see this index.html. Okay, other than that, you'll see readme.md. That's it. And then what you want to do is click on add file, upload files, choose your files, and index.html. Okay, just that one file, nothing else. And then you're going to write a message here, which is going to say uploaded the first file for the website. Okay, something like that. And you're going to hit commit changes, but I am going to hit cancel. You have to hit commit changes. I'm going to hit cancel. And this is what you'll see. Okay, you'll see index.html in your website. Now, the next thing you want to do is go into settings, go into pages, and here you'll see none or something different. I don't know. Just hit deploy from a branch, and then here the next drop down, select main, not none, select main, and then make sure that the next one is /root. Okay, click on this and then hit save and wait for a minute. You'll see this message, okay, which means you have to wait. It'll usually take a few minutes to build. You have to keep reloading to check whether your app is built or not. And when you keep reloading, after a while, you'll see this. Your site is live at blah, 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 and all of this. You can click visit site, which will take you to your website. Okay. So now all of you do this process and place your links in our WhatsApp group. Okay. Right now, I'll wait for at least like 10 to show up. And once 10 shows up, I'll come back here and start the lesson. Okay. So that is how you host your website on GitHub. Okay. One person shared it. Great. Okay. Any of you have any doubts? If you have any doubts, let me know now so that I can resolve them. Okay, 2 people are done. Great. Okay. Hasina Rahman and Divyasri not here. Share it on the WhatsApp group, not in the meeting chat. Okay. Okay, 3 people are done. Great. 4 people are done.
Sir,
Okay. Yeah.
sir, what should we do after settings? Go to settings.
Okay, so once you go to settings, this is what you'll see. Okay. Now, what you're going to do is click on this source and select deploy from a branch. Okay. Once that is selected, the next thing you're going to do is go into this and click on main. It will probably be none at the start, but you're going to click on main and then make sure that this is /root. If it is not, click on it and change to /root and then click on the save button. Then wait. Okay. Wait for like 5 minutes and then you'll get this message saying your site is live at your URL. Okay. Just keep reloading every once in a minute or so. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Done. Great. So how many do we have so far? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'll wait for 5 more people and I'll move on. How to upload our file into GitHub. Okay, I actually showed that, but I'll show it again. So once you have your repository here, you're going to click add file and you're going to click upload file. Then you're going to say choose your files. And here you're going to select your index.html. It will upload and you can write your message here, something like this, and say commit changes. Okay, so that is how you'll upload to GitHub. Clear? Okay, guys. How many of you are doing it still? If you're still doing it, type D in the chat so that I can wait. Otherwise, I'll just move on. Okay, 1. Two. Okay. 3. GitHub Pages site is currently being built from. Yeah, it will be stuck there for a minute. Okay, for like 5 minutes. Just keep reloading the website. Okay. Okay. Just keep reloading the website once you're at this stage, Vignesh, and then you'll get it. Okay. Any updates? Anybody completed it? No, yes. Waiting, struck. What is happening? Okay, waiting. Great. Just keep reloading, okay? If you don't reload, sometimes it won't show up. And if you're stuck somewhere, I guess we'll resolve it later on, guys. But for now, let's move on. Okay. Now that you have this repository online and stuff, the next thing you're going to do is you want to edit it, right? Now, what is happening, where the problem is that you have your index.html, okay, on your system, on your PC. And now the problem is that there is one more index.html posted on GitHub. Okay. So GitHub is having one more index.html. So in the first instance, or right now, it is updated. Okay. Both of these are the same thing. Okay. This index.html is same as this index.html. But now what you'll do is you'll change this HTML. No, for example, if you learn one more tag, you want to keep it here, you'll keep it. But the problem is this will get updated. This thing won't get updated, right? This thing won't get updated. So now we want to update this index.html somehow. For that, we have a software called GitHub Desktop. Okay, this is like a simpler way to do GitHub. And what you're going to do is you're going to install GitHub Desktop first. Just go to GitHub Desktop and download GitHub Desktop. I'll share this because I know half of you won't get to that link easily. So once you're done with that, download for your operating system and install it. Just basic installation. I'll give you 2 minutes. Okay, not 2 minutes because the file might be a little big. So 5 minutes to do that. 9:08 will start. By that time, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay, guys, are you downloading GitHub Desktop? If yes, type G in the chat. Okay, wait a minute. There might be people who are copying, right? So what we'll do is uh, type the first letter of your name into the chat. Okay, that way we'll know if somebody is just not listening to the class and they're just randomly putting whatever other people are putting. Done. As in, you mean you installed the GitHub Desktop software? That is what I assume. Okay, so you're working on it. If you're done, type I in the chat so that I know you installed. Okay, I'll just wait anyways. But but the server is not yet hosted. Okay, you mean the website is not hosted on the server? I get it, but you just have to wait, man. There is no other way that we can speed it up. It's showing installation failed. Wait, did you say you already installed previously? Okay, anyways, it's showing installation failed. Can you send me a screenshot in the group or DM me so that I can solve it? Okay, Vignesh, I assume that is the website that is done. Okay. No, okay, website is still not done. I You also send me a screenshot of GitHub pages. Okay. After I open it, is showing like that. Very simple. Uninstall GitHub Desktop, install again. That is the only thing we can do. Okay, time's up. So let's. Okay, for those of you who still couldn't get GitHub Desktop working, we'll see what to do later on. But what you'll do is you're going to log in first. Okay, obviously. You're going to log in, you'll say continue with GitHub. Don't log in with email and all. Just continue with GitHub and you'll see something different. But what you essentially need to do is click on file, clone repository, and github.com. You're going to search for your repository. In my case, it is EMIRP 2.0. This one. Okay. So you're going to click on that and hit clone. Okay. Now, once this is done, it means GitHub has created one more copy of your files. Okay. Now you have your original index.html. Okay, this is the original index.html. Now you also have one on GitHub, right? So this one is still on GitHub. This is on GitHub. And now what you did is you install GitHub desktop and you asked GitHub to bring this index.html into your file system again. Okay, so this is like part 2 now. Okay, now what I want you to do is delete this old index.html from your folders. Okay, you guys know where it is already because you opened it in Visual Studio Code. Now go there and delete this previous one. I'm just going to delete this whole folder. Okay, so now I deleted this whole thing. Okay, I just deleted this whole thing. And I only have one index.html on my system. I have one more in. Okay, I have one more on GitHub. This is my PC and this is GitHub. Now, what we want to do is in GitHub desktop, you're going to say open in Visual Studio Code. You'll see this. Once you click that, you'll see that this index.html is what you got. And let's just edit this and make this img. Let's put some meme image here and time pass meme images. Address paste here. I'm getting that. Okay, src equal to this. Let's go live and check. Okay, it is working. Okay, so what I did is I replaced my index.html with just an image of a dog. Okay, that is what I literally did. You already know how to do this, right? You take this image URL from Google Chrome and you put it in src attribute of the image tag and you get what I got. Now, the next thing you're going to do is coming back here and yeah, this one we deleted anyway. So I'm going to remove that and this thing I'll replace here. I'll bring arrow there. Okay. Now what you did is you changed something here. You have one change here. Now you want this change to also be reflected in your GitHub index.html. So these are two different files, right? This is on your system. This is on GitHub system. Now you want this index.html change, the change in this index.html to show up in this index.html. So how do you do that? Very simple. In GitHub desktop, when you come to GitHub desktop now, you will see that you have some changes. That is, you changed your index.html file. You removed all of this. Whatever is in red, it means you removed that and you added this. Okay, so you added this line. Okay, you added this line. And now what you're going to do is you're going to write something here. You will say updated index.html to show a dog's face. Okay, you write some kind of message here and you say commit to main. Okay, once you commit to main, click on push origin and that's it. Your job is done. Okay, just write some message here, click commit to main, and here you'll get a new button called push origin. Click on that. So now what you did is basically this. You uploaded this change onto github.com's index.html. So now both of these are in sync. That is, both of these are exactly same to same. Okay. Now let's check this once. How do we check this is we'll go to github.com and we'll open this. Where's that? Where is, yeah. There. Now go to settings, go to pages, and you'll see that this thing is updated. Previously it was some other time, but it says just now. Okay, now it is 1 minute ago. If I click on this, you'll see that it has been updated. See, now I'm getting dog. You can also go to the previous URL I shared in this meeting. If you see, I already shared one here. I pinned it. So the pinned message is my website that I previously shared. And if you click on that now, you'll see this dog's face instead of seeing my resume, right? So that is how you update your hosted files on GitHub. Okay, clear guys? Everybody? Can you repeat after logging in with GitHub? Oh my God. Okay, I'll repeat again. See, once you log into GitHub desktop, you'll see some other page than this. Okay, you won't see exactly this. You'll see something random, but don't care about that. Directly go to file, click on new repository. Oh, sorry. Click on clone repository. Okay, and find your repository here. You'll see your repository here. For example, I have ahub, I have API practice, I have Avenue, BLE for Quest, Baker Sprite, Katinada, Light, all of these things, right? Similarly, you'll also see your repository here. Click on that and click clone. Okay, once you click clone, what will happen is you'll get this, exactly this. Now what you'll do is click on open in Visual Studio Code, edit whatever you want to edit here. Okay, change and then check if it is working by going to live server and seeing. Okay, in my case it is working. So yeah, we can do whatever we want. Edit this however you want. Then go back to GitHub desktop. You'll see changes here. Okay, red color means you deleted something. Green color means you added something. Okay, now after that, write a summary here. That is, write some message here and hit commit to main. Once you hit commit to main, then click on push origin. You'll get that button here. Currently it's not there. You'll get it. Okay, once you write some message here and click commit to main, you'll get push origin button here. You can click on that then. Once you click on that, your work in GitHub desktop is done. Now you're going to click view on GitHub. And here, go to settings, go to pages, and you'll see that this time changed to something recent. Okay. Once that happens, click on this. Okay. Now your website is updated. Okay. Clear? Everybody understood? Didn't understand? Type U if you understood everything. If you didn't understand anything at all, I mean, even if you didn't understand at least one small thing, type N. Okay, only 4 people typed U. Okay, if you're listening, at least type L. Okay. Okay, one person didn't understand something. Great. People are listening. Okay, Vignesh, what did you not understand? Yeah, L is fine, but what did you not understand? Okay, Lakshya, what did you not understand? Samira, what did you not understand? Like, if you tell me what you didn't understand, I'll repeat that for you now. If you don't, I can't rate. I don't know what you didn't understand. Guys, what did you not understand? Okay, you are saying you got it. Okay, great. I was stuck with GitHub desktop. Okay, where? Like, were you not able to install it, or did you not follow along after that? How to get GitHub desktop? Okay, you download it from somewhere. Okay, after desktop login clone part, what should we do after opening in Visual Studio Code? Copy token, then didn't follow along. Copy token. Okay, pop token, I don't know. Okay. Anyways, I'll tell you what to do again from scratch. Okay. Wait a minute. What I'll do is I'll remove this repository from, also remove. Yeah. Okay. So after you log into GitHub, okay, for people who didn't listen to me previously, go to GitHub desktop on Brave and then click on this first link. You'll get download for Windows. I already put this in the chat. Once you download this file, you can install it. Okay. Now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to open GitHub desktop after you install it, then sign in. Okay. Once you sign in, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to see some different screen here. Not necessarily this same screen. You'll see some other screen. Then what you're going to do is you're going to click on file and you're going to say clone repository. And in github.com, you're going to look for your repo. Okay. The one that you just created. I created EMIRP 2.0. So click on that and clone. Okay, click on clone. Once this happens, you'll see your current repository has changed to EMIRP 2.0. Okay, whatever your repository's name is. And now what you're going to do is you're going to open in Visual Studio Code. Okay, once you click on that, you'll be brought back to Visual Studio Code and you'll see the contents of your index.html here. You can edit this however you want. Okay, maybe for now what I'll do is I'll add a h1 tag here and say this is a test edit to show you guys how GitHub works. Okay, okay, now what we're going to do is we're first going to test if this works properly, because if it doesn't, what will happen when we host it, it'll give some problems, right? So now if I go live, I can see that my change is updated in local. Okay, so whenever you see 127.0.1 colon whatever, this is your local environment. If you share this, other people won't be able to see it, so don't share it. Okay, so now I confirm that it's working. What I'll do next is I'll close Visual Studio Code. I'll go into GitHub desktop and I can see that there's some change here, right? Whatever is in red means you've removed that. Whatever is in green means you've added that. Okay. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to write a comment here. For example, updated the home page to show a h1 tag. Okay, then I'm going to commit to main and push origin. Okay, click commit to main, push origin. That's it. Your work in GitHub desktop is done. Now you're going to go to GitHub website. How you do that is you're going to click view on GitHub. Once you click that, this is what you'll see. Okay, you can close GitHub desktop now. And now you're going to go into settings, pages, and wait for a minute. Okay, because it didn't update yet. If I reload, okay, is it updating? Yeah. If you see, it changed to now instead of 9 minutes ago. It will change to something more recent. Okay. Once this is done, it means it has been updated. You can hit visit site and reload a few times, because sometimes there'll be cache and all. So just reload a few times and you can see that my change is updated here. Okay. Everybody clear? If everything is clear, type C in the chat. If you're stuck somewhere, type where you're stuck. Okay, directly. Don't need to type anything else. Okay. Okay, so I'm taking it that it's clear for most of you. Okay, so this is how we host a website and push our updates into the website. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to learn how we can use ChatGPT to really push our HTML, right? What we're going to do is, first of all, obviously you're going to open ChatGPT and you're going to tell it what you know already, right? I just learned HTML. I want to build a simple YouTube clone with just HTML. Okay, so ChatGPT will respond differently to everybody. Let's see what your ChatGPT responds. Okay, so even phone people, you can follow along now. So far, we've been talking about Windows and stuff, so you might have felt left out. But now we're back again. You can also follow along, right? The problem is it is giving me with CSS. Don't use CSS. Just send. Okay, so it's giving me HTML directly. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy and paste it, right? The one thing that we need to observe is it is using a lot of tags that we didn't learn. Okay, I'll walk you through all of those tags. Don't worry. Let's paste it here and hit go live. What is happening? See, our YouTube is perfectly working, right? I mean, yeah, it is there, but it's not really working. Thumbnails are not there. Let's go back into our code and see what is actually happening, right? Doc type HTML, we can remove this. Half of the things that ChatGPT gave us, we can remove them. We can remove this. We can remove this too, actually. Header, main and section, we can remove. Section, we can remove here. And main. No, let's just delete that and close the UL tag. Okay, now let's go back and see. Yeah, everything is the same, even if we remove a few tags, right? Because they're just unnecessary tags. We don't even need this footer tag for now. You guys will probably never use the okay, yeah, you will use these tags, but not right now. Okay, we'll use it later on. Don't think too much about them, but let them go for now. Now there are two more tags that we didn't learn, even if we removed so many tags, right? So those are okay, there are three actually. Oh no, four. Great, very good. So there is video, source, strong, and div. Okay, so we're going to learn these four tags now. Video is a tag that you use to show any kind of a video content on your website. For example, that is not great, but let's see if I have any screen captures, I can show that. Captures, okay. I don't have any videos on my system, but if you have a video, you can show that using the video tag. And then you're going to use the source tag within video to show some kind of a to tell video that there is some kind of a source that you need to play, and it will take example.mp4 and play it. Okay, in my case, I don't have a example.mp4, so it's going to ignore. It's just going to do whatever. And the strong tag is basically used to represent strong importance or seriousness or occurrence of its content. Okay, so it's just making it bold. Okay, that's the only thing it's doing. See, video title is bold here, and example video is normal. Whatever is within the strong tag is just a little bit more bold in the website. Okay, so video title is a little bit more bold, and normal text is not so bold. That is what the strong tag does. And the next one is a div. Now the thing with the div is that it can't be seen. Okay, that's like a weird thing. A div tag cannot really be seen by the user. Okay, for example, if you look into this, we have a div for YouTube clone, right? And if I remove the div, what will happen? If I remove the div and reload, nothing is happening. Okay, because a div isn't a tag that you use to define something or do something. For example, h1 is used to do something, right? H1 is used to change its body into a heading. But a div is not something like that. A div is just used to hold a bunch of tags together. Okay, it's like a rubber band. You'll have a few pens, you have like 10 pens, and you're putting a rubber band around them. That's it. Okay, so putting a div on tags will make them a single unit. Why do we need a single unit? This we'll see in CSS. Okay, when we talk about CSS and JavaScript, that is when div comes to importance. Until then, div doesn't really have any kind of importance. You can literally remove all the divs and still get away with it. Okay, yeah, I'll just remove all the divs and remove all the closing div tags, and I'll show you the website. See, nothing changed. Okay, literally nothing changed in our website, even if we remove all the divs. Okay, so a div tag is something that is used to hold different tags together as a single group. This is not at all important when you're learning HTML, but is very, very important when you're learning CSS. Okay, and there is one more problem if you see, that is for our image tags, we are seeing video thumbnail instead of the image, right? That is something known as a alt. Alt as in alternative, which means that if this placeholder.png is not there, that is, it is not available, or we can't get it for some reason, then you're going to alternatively show this text there called video thumbnail. And this alt is used for browser readability for people with disabilities who can't really see properly, or have some vision problems. Those guys use something known as screen readers. Okay, these alt tags are really important for people who use screen readers, because the screen readers will read out this as a description of the image. Okay, now if I replace this unavailable png with some actual image, let's go here and say copy image address, paste it here, you'll see that it is replaced here, and I no longer see video thumbnail. Why? Video thumbnail is an alt, that is alternative, and will only be shown when the image itself is not available. If the image is available, you won't see alt. If the image is not available, only then you'll see alternate text. Okay, so clear everybody? Any doubts so far in this website? Okay, if it's clear, type. Okay, C is already there, so just type clear in the chat. Okay, it's a small word, so I think it'll be fine. Okay. Okay, great. Okay, that's it for today's class, I guess. Today we are ending a little bit quicker than usual, but we'll just deploy this and leave. Okay, what we'll do is we'll go to GitHub desktop, and all these changes are there. For Replit guys, you don't need to do any of this. Okay, you don't need to use GitHub desktop and all. You'll just copy that developer link and share it with somebody. It'll get automatically updated. You don't have to do anything. I did YouTube clone without any styling. Okay, commit to main and push origin, hit view on GitHub, go to settings, go to pages, and wait. And there's one more trick, which is you can go to this tab called actions within GitHub, and you can see how far your page build and deployment is going. It was started now, I mean like just now, and you can click on it to see how long your build has been going for. Does it work or does it not work? Something like that. Now it is processing my build. If I reload, it showed that it's over. Let's see. It's deploying my GitHub thing. Anyways, if I reload now, coming back to pages, you can see that it is hosted. If I click here, now my website's link is taking me to this website. Okay. So the contents of my website have been changed. That is what we learned today. So today mostly we learned how to get how to install stuff. Oh, sorry, host stuff, right? Okay, guys, if you have no other doubts, you can leave the meeting. Thank you. Yeah, Srinu, if you have any doubt, you can just unmute and talk. It's fine. Okay, guys, if you have any doubts, you can wait. Otherwise, you can leave the meeting. I'll also stop the recording, by the way. I forgot.